Back in the 1970s, a spacecraft was sent to Mars with the intention of detecting life. And what happened on that spacecraft? I'm talking! And what happened on that spacecraft was there was an experiment. A soil sample was taken, and that soil sample was exposed to some nutrients. What they were trying to see is whether or not, when exposed to nutrients, they would observe anything growing in that soil sample. They did see something growing. What they then did was they then cooked the soil sample and then repeated the experiment. Now, if they had genuinely detected life, they wouldn't expect it to survive the cooking process, and so the second sample should show no growth. And what they found was there was no growth. So in all intents and purposes, they had discovered a positive indicator for life. Now we're doing an experiment today where we are repeating that on a sample of Earth soil to see whether or not we can detect the life on Earth. It's quite complicated, but it starts with a collection of 2 samples of soil.
What do I do?
Do it to 1, Dania.
Oh, it's 1.1.
Do it to 1.5 then.
Okay, it's smoking, that's fine. That's just the water evaporating. Stop.
Do it twice to be safe.
To be safe, yeah.
Here we are, we have got a set of burnt soil samples. These are sterilised. If there is life on Earth, we expect these ones to not show any bacterial growth after incubation. And here are our samples of non-sterilised soil. So we do expect to see bacterial growth from this one. We're going to incubate these now over the weekend, and we're going to compare results afterwards. Remember, if we see growth here and none here, we have categorically proved that there is life on Earth. Okay, the results of our experiments. If you remember, we had a soil sample which had been placed in a petri dish with some nutrients, and nothing had happened to this one, right? This was just incubated for a few days. And then we had a second soil sample which we had sterilised. We were trying to see if we could prove that there was life on Earth. Right, and what we found when we take a look at these is that in the samples that were not sterilised, we can see cultures of bacteria have grown in that nutrient jelly, proving that there is some life. But to check that this is a biological effect, what we have done is we've repeated the experiment when it has been sterilised, treated with high temperatures, and you can see that in here nothing has grown, proving that what has grown in there is biological and not chemical. Proof that life exists on Earth.